Hi, welcome to Straight From Kitchen. My name is Jed Archdeacon. I'm the executive chef of Radisson Blue Dhaka, Bangladesh's leading hotel. I have been working for 26 years as a chef. My career started in Australia. For the last 15 years, I've been working overseas. I've been working for brands such as Ritz-Carlton, Hilton, Six Senses, Como Hotels, and now Radisson. I'm very happy to be with the Radisson brand. I've worked in many countries. I've spent time in China, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Maldives, Thailand, Azerbaijan. My speciality is European cuisine, and over the years working overseas, I have picked up an Asian influence in my cuisine. So I have a mix of both European and Asian in my specialty dishes. Now, if you'd like to come with me, I'm going to take you into the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to prepare these dishes. Today, I'm going to show you how to cook two dishes. Our first dish today will be a chilled tomato consomme. We're serving it with a lemongrass granita and a brunoise of vegetables and edible flowers and fresh baby picked herbs. Okay, we're going to start on the consomme. So first we're going to add the chopped tomato. We're going to add the chopped red onion. We're going to add our star anise. We're going to add our black peppercorn. Then we're going to add a little bit of salt. The salt just helps the flavor of the tomato come out when it's cooking. Then we're going to add our toasted coriander seed. Last, we're going to add a bit of the basil stalk. Not the leaf, but for the cooking we'll use the stalk. The leaf we'll use later for the garnish. Then we're going to mix all the ingredients together. Now you don't have to be too gentle because you want to slightly bruise the tomato. The more we bruise the tomato, the more flavor will come out in the cooking process. The last stage, we're going to add a little splash of mineral water. This just helps the juices and the minerals and everything come out of the tomato and into the liquid. We cover the bowl. Make sure the bowl is covered very tightly because we really want to steam the tomato. So make sure there's no small holes, and it should be like so. You can always check if your plastic wrap is firm enough because you give it a flick. Okay, and we put the consomme over the water so gently steam. That's it. Now I'll just leave this for 45 minutes. At the same time, make sure you check it every 10-15 minutes to make sure the water doesn't boil dry. For the lemongrass granita, very simple recipe. You just need some fresh lemongrass. For the lemongrass, just break it in your hand. And sugar. Then for the water, we add equal amount of sugar to water. Then we're going to place it onto the stove. Okay, now after 15 minutes, we turn the heat off, and then we're going to strain the liquid, which is the granita base, through a fine strainer. We don't want any of the lemongrass in the ice cream, well, the granita. We're going to place the tray into the freezer. Okay, now after 45 minutes, our consomme should be ready. Okay, now we're going to take the consomme, we're going to pour it into a teapot. So with our edible flowers going to play a big part in our final presentation. Then the sorbet just gets presented gently around in the bowl. So we just take 2 small amounts of our dry ice, we place it into our chilled soup, and then once placed at the table, this is our first course. This is our starter, tomato consomme with lemongrass granita, with edible flowers and brunoise of vegetables. Our second dish today is going to be a classical French dish. It's a lime-scented salmon. The salmon comes from Norway. It's Norwegian salmon. It's served with a leek and truffle fondue and a sauce vierge, and with a little element of Chinese influence, which will be the coriander sauce, which has flavors from the south of China, so it will be more of a Cantonese style. So today we're going to do the salmon with the leek fondue, sauce vierge, and the coriander emulsion. We have unsalted butter. We have extra virgin olive oil. We have cooking cream, we have fresh leeks which are cut finely, we have white pepper, we have salt, we have truffle oil, this is a white truffle oil, we have ginger, we have soy sauce, we have white sugar, coriander puree and fresh coriander. Sesame oil, we have chopped fresh local onion, dill, crushed coriander, tomato, celery leaves, lime juice, red vinegar, lime zest or lime skin, shaved calamari, and Norwegian Atlantic salmon. So first of all, we're starting off with our butter and our olive oil. So we put the butter into the pan. This is for the leek fondue. And some olive oil. Now we're going to put this on the stove to melt it and a gentle simmer. We're going to start our coriander sauce. Our coriander sauce is basically simply a coriander puree. It's just boiled coriander and blended. We're going to add this to the pot. From here, we're going to season it with a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of sesame oil, and we're going to put it on the stove on a very gentle heat. As you can see now, our butter and our olive oil are starting to melt. So from here, we're going to add our finely julienne spring onion. With the spring onion, we want to cook it at a very gentle heat. We don't want to color the spring onion. It should be very soft and still have the green and white color. This is going to take about 5 minutes to cook. While this is going on, we're going to start with our sauce vierge. For our sauce vierge, it's very simple. We're going to add some tomato diced. We're going to add some of our chopped local red onion. Then we're going to add some of our fresh dill. A little bit of our red vinegar. Going to add our crushed coriander seed, a little bit of the lime skin, a little bit of the lime juice. Then for the base, we're going to add the extra virgin olive oil. And from here, we're just going to gently mix. And this will be the main seasoning sauce for the salmon. As you can see now, the leeks have just started to soften. So from here, we're going to add our cooking cream. Now the cooking cream you need to add gradually. A little bit more of the cooking cream to the fondue. As you can see now, the cream is starting to bind with the fat. So we're getting a more smoother consistency. For the leek fondue, basically this is done. So all we need to do is season it with white salt, white pepper, a little bit of the white truffle oil. Truffle oil is extremely expensive and it varies in price according to the quality of the truffle oil. While this is going gently, we're going to start the salmon. For the salmon, we're going to add our lime skin and our table salt together. This is making a lime seasoning. It should be half lime, half salt. For the pan for the salmon, we're going to season it with the lime salt. First of all, we need to season it with the olive oil. Salmon skin side down. Last but not least, the calamari. Hot pan. As I said, when you see the smoke coming up, we're good to go. As you see, the salmon is now done. You can still see a faint line of the pink through the middle. As I said, ideally it should be served medium rare. And our leek fondue is ready. Okay, so we start off first with the leek fondue on the bottom of the plate. Then we simply take our salmon with our crispy skin, as you see we cooked earlier, place it gently over the top. Following this, we're going to add our coriander sauce. It should be a beautiful, dark, vibrant green. For our sauce vierge, around and over the fish. The calamari, it'll be slightly al dente, slightly soft in the middle. Add some of the fresh dill, same as what we added for our sauce vierge, over the top. Some of the edible flowers. I think the yellow is a beautiful touch because it goes perfect with the green. Cracked black pepper. and then teach amount. Truffle oil is extremely strong, okay? So you just really need to put the tiniest amount. This is my version of lime-scented salmon with leek fondue, coriander emulsion, shaved calamari, and sauce vioche.